Hello and welcome to the LineStar MLB DFS breakdown for Thursday, May 11th. We're going over this short little baby 3-game slate tonight. Now, if you are not already, make sure to become a LineStar subscriber. Only $29.99 gets you access to all our props, all of our DFS. It's simply the best deal in the business. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel, like the post, comment below, feed the algo to help us grow our community and keep giving away all the content we can for free. Now, let's just jump in to the slate. Got the baby 3-game. Highest game total is this Giants and Diamondbacks game. However, it doesn't look like all of the ownership is going there. Now let's start with pitching here. We got Rasmussen, almost 50% owned. I bet he comes in more like 60%. Aaron Judge is back in the lineup, but he's just the best pitcher on this slate. 2.8 FIP over his last 20 starts, 3.68 over his last 5. He has had a little bit of trouble recently, but he's a solid pitcher. Decent K rate, 24% over the last 20 starts. Decent combined K rate of 20%, which decent on this slate, I should say. BVP data looks really good. 31 plate attempts. They're hitting 143 off him. So we're liking that. The one thing, though, is he did just face the Yankees. Coming around, seeing the Yankees, twice within a week isn't usually the best thing for a pitcher. So keep that in mind. With him being high-owned, there could be reason to go with the Yankees and get the leverage off the high-owned pitcher instead. Next, we got Evaldi. Evaldi versus Oakland. Sign me up. Oakland's hitters have been meh, although slightly better lately. So I think you could pick on him. He also has a similar K rate as Rasmussen, a little less owned and a little higher combined K rate. Herman, I really don't like facing the Tampa Bay offense, especially with a pitcher that's not that great. So I don't know if I love going with Herman here. If you look at, StatCast data is not great. We also have really nice weather in New York with the wind blowing out. I think it's a high likelihood that this Tampa Bay team hits a couple home runs, possibly off Herman. FIP of 4, FIP of 3.83 over the last 5. He's been a decent pitcher, slightly above average pitcher. I just don't like the matchup. Tampa Bay is extremely good offensive hitting team. The splits are good in both the last 150 and the last 20 games. The one thing, though, is there is some upside, as we do have the combined K rate at 27.5%. Now we go down the board a little bit. We got Alex Cobb, and Cobb has been an extremely good pitcher lately. 2.47 FIP over his last 5 starts, 2.76 over his last 20 starts, a little bit of K upside with a 24% combined K rate over the last 20. And the combined K rate is only 20% just because Arizona is only striking out 19.2% versus righties. Now, I do think there is some upside going with Cobb. You're getting a little different, which is really nice. LineStar likes him with the 19.5% or point projection. So I think it is really interesting. And on these super small slates, you really have to get a little different and get out of your comfort zone to take down a tournament if there is a decent amount of ownership going in. A decent amount of lineups. If you are in a contest with like 100 lineups, doesn't matter as much to get different. But if you're in one of the bigger contests with, say, 25, 50K to first, where it's, tens of thousands of entries, you very much so are going to have to figure out where to get difference. I think Cobb is one of them. Don't love the Henry pick. San Francisco does strike out a lot, but Henry doesn't strike people out. So I just don't love it. He is super cheap. He can get you 10. I just don't think he's going to get you much on top of that. And that may not be enough to win you a tournament here. Now, flip over to FanDuel. On these small slates, FanDuel is probably a little better to play just because of the pitching situation. Evaldi, Cobb, Herman, Rasmussen is actually lowest owned. That is really interesting to me. I think I would probably be going Rasmussen here. And that's where I'd be getting different. So, you can talk about Herman. You can talk about Cobb. Really, every pitcher on this slate is in consideration just because, I mean, it's such a small slate and anything can happen in one game. All right, let's go stacks. So, highest owned by far is Texas. And it's for a good reason. We don't even really know who the pitcher is going to be. There is some rumblings that it is going to be a guy in the minors that they're calling up to pitch. And the last time he was up, he was like 163 ERA or something like that. He went 0.1 innings and gave up like 6 runs. And this Oakland bullpen's terrible. So the fact that they're trying to call somebody up or they're not totally sure who it's going to be, I think you can go to Texas. Makes a lot of sense. Just remember, if you are going to go with the Rangers, you got to get different somewhere else. So maybe a lower owned stack with them or get different with the pitching. But you're going to need to get a little different because the ownership on the Rangers is going to be extremely high. Now, highest projected, we also have the Rangers, but we also got the Rays in here. As you can see, they're way less owned. So I think they're a very interesting stack, especially going a little contrarian here. The way I generally play these small 3-game slates is I cut out a lot of the higher owned stuff. And my volume of play goes way down. I play more contrarian and just play for less money, hoping to then hit big. And if I lose it all, I lose it all. But that's why I'm playing with less volume. So, Giants, another one, you can go there. Obviously, go to the Diamondbacks here as well. And you know what? Let's just go off this today because it gives us the better picture of everything. Oakland has bullpen terrible, but this is what I want to bring up about the Giants. Their bullpen is just terrible. 5.6 ERA, 1.47 whip. I think you can go there. And Cobb is giving up a decent amount of hard contact, decent amount of average exit velocity as well. So I like that spot. Evaldi, we know, can have bad games and really get blown up. So Oakland is not totally out of the realm of possibility. They're by far going to be the lowest owned. So maybe what you want to do is say Texas Oakland game stack with 2 other pitchers. Say, Rasmussen and Cobb. You could do something like that to get a little bit different, a little lower owned. A lot of different ways you can go on the slate. It is only 3 games. My biggest advice to you guys would be get a little different. Don't go where everybody's going. And if you are going to go to Texas, go low-owned pitchers. If you go high-owned pitchers, go low-owned stacks. You got to do something to get different to really have a chance to win this tournament just because the size is such a small size with only 3 games. So that'll do it for us today, guys. To wrap it up real quick, Rangers, by far, probably the best stack, best projected, but highest owned. So do with that what you will. Thank you, guys. I will be back tomorrow for the big Friday slate. Have a good one. Talk to you soon.